Welcome back, everybody. In the previous lesson, we looked at what types of media exist in Sri Lanka and who owns them. Now we are going to look at how the media works and the different methods they use to inform, influence, and/or entertain us. Let's get our facts straight. Most media messages are organized to gain profit and/or power. As we saw earlier, media messages are constructed. They are not something natural. The choice of words, pictures and videos is done through a process of selection and elimination. If some words are said, others are left out. Much of the world's media were developed as money-making enterprises and continue to operate today as commercial businesses. Did you know that newspapers and magazines lay out their pages with ads first? They sell these spaces to advertisers, and the remaining space is devoted to news. And what many people forget is that companies sell the time we spend to advertisers. So, for them to make sales, they need to entice us and make sure they have our undivided attention. That is, our time, which is our most valuable resource as human beings. This is their promise to the advertisers.
So, in order to keep regular viewership, they need to make sure the content they have will grab your attention. Each publication we read or TV show we watch has a certain audience in mind, and they choose their content based on what they think this audience will like and engage with. This is why many outlets try to find their own target audience, also known as niche. Niche is an industry term that means a specialized segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. Having a niche assures you that your editorial line is not all over the place and you have a clear and sure audience for your content. We call this renting eyeballs. So, different media institutions will talk about different things in different ways, and will always try and get the most exclusive news to reach their readers first, even if it's not that important. For example, if a well-known politician or a famous actor does something, the story is more likely to be covered than if your neighbor does the same thing.
Another important factor when it comes to the news you see is scale. How many people are affected by the story? A landslide that kills 40 people will get greater coverage than an accident which kills one. That means the latter, which can still affect the lives of a lot of people, will barely be mentioned or sometimes even forgotten. And often, if one outlet covers a story that engages readers, others will follow suit. Sometimes outlets will try to distinguish themselves with a unique angle or approach to the story, but importantly, they want to be seen covering the events that everyone else is discussing. This is good in terms of media pluralism, as we now have different angles of the same story to analyze and to see where we stand on the situation. Most media we experience daily are one-way forms of communication, which means that messages are only sent one way. This gives us no chance to respond or question what we see, making it difficult to know everything we would like to know about a piece. But on the other hand, you can have two-way communication. This form of communication is more popular with individuals on platforms such as Instagram and Twitter, with whom you can communicate and clarify things. Now, this gives more opportunities to ask the right questions.
Everything you see in front of your eyes have been designed to create retention and a reaction. For example, this image will create fear and worry because of the lighting, framing, and composition. A video might use certain music or sounds to create certain emotions. This is a crescendo. It drives your attention and focuses up to a point where it drops. There are numerous techniques that media use to grab your attention, and it's by paying attention to all of them that you will be able to look at it from a media literate perspective.
Despite all these methods and techniques the media use, they still face a lot of challenges, especially journalists. We are about to find out what happens in between editorial decisions. Let's go.